We're not looking to change anything. We're just going to keep on like grooving in the things that we're doing and really just practice competing. So we're just going to take a quick look at it, at a couple games, a couple moments in these games, and see what we can find out, and then trim the fat and get ready to roll. Dutifully taking your spot here. So this was a Yone. I thought you were saying it was Yasuo here. So let's see. Yone and Yumi never die. They do have a good amount of healing in their kits. So going into this lane, what do you what are your impressions? What do you think it's going to be like?
And it's just gonna be free pokes for us.
Okay. What does that result in?
A lot of free damage.
You went Q level 1.
Yes. It's nice attack speed buff.
Yeah, the attack speed buff is nice. If you can hit it to it, then it's a big damage spike. All right, a little bit too much auto attacking to the wave. So right here, we've attacked it so much that we're not going to be able to stop this, and it's going to crash before the third wave comes. We'd like to take our free level advantage and hold it for a little bit longer before crashing it in. Okay. So like right here, you already have a minion lead, and they're melee. They're not going to be stepping up. Janna's looking to poke. You are too. This is fantastic. But right now, you already have the minion lead, and it's going to push. So you've already accomplished mission 1. Okay. And really, it's mission 1 and 2. Now, it's the third part of it is hold it if you can to make the crash, right? So what's the best way? What's the best way to play here?
Auto attack. Or that's it.
Yeah, just last hit. Position aggressively. It's a fiddlesticks on the enemy team, so we're probably not going to deal with anything, especially if we thought that they leashed. There's just about zero chance that a fiddlesticks comes to gank here, and even if they did, they've got no real way to get to you. If it were someone like a Sejuani and this were Yasuo instead of Yone, then things might be a little bit different. Right? They might try for something, but you're fine here to position aggressively. Janna should be stepping up as well. So these extra auto attacks don't really do that much. Trading right here, the other thing that trading does, Yumi gets mana back for that hit. The shield mitigates any counter trade that you can get on her, and you draw minion aggro. So not only are you going to take more damage here, but also you're pulling the wave at you, which means your minions are free firing, and it's going to push even harder. So this is fine. Probably could have used Q to last. Well, you don't have Q up. So if you are going to push, and this is actually a very tender skill, it's almost well, I'm going to say it's very, very difficult, not impossible, but very difficult to get a crash to actually land right here. The issue with the minions colliding right here is that the casters will never be in turret range. So you're going to be contesting with last hits and then pushing, and this will never... Your opponents are relatively safe, and this won't come back. They'll be able to hold it for another wave. Potentially. Good poke. Great job. Janna should not be stepping back like that. Good shield. I'll see how you guys handle this situation. Good job poking. Good job. That double W, when he hits both of you, he gets a pretty big shield off of that. Great job getting all this poke in. You're crushing it right now. You're doing such a good job with that skill set. Janna should probably not be casting W on Yone because it doesn't do anything. Or not Yone, on Yumi. Now the timing's starting to get awkward. 320. There's a chance that Fiddlesticks is coming back, bouncing around. He's probably top lane.
He is. Warwick's invading the jungle right now, which is why I kept staying forward.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's. Did you see the
Yes,
Fiddlesticks? Right.
they were fighting.
Yeah, perfect. So as long as you have that information, you're good.
Yeah, otherwise I would have backed off a lot and warded the try.
All right, we haven't really worked on this, but after a successful crash in like this, and you know Fiddlesticks is top, the best wards are actually all the way over here. You can come over and ward the Krugs, or you can come like if it's a support, you can actually come up and ward all the way here. You want to get this much deeper because they're going to take Krugs before they gank, or they're gonna path through here to get to you. This is the fastest path out of base, so they're gonna cross this to get to you. You'll get the information much earlier when you get such a good crash off. But again, we haven't really worked on that. In the mid game, we've worked on picking up camps and like getting more farm being a little bit greedier as an AD carry. Alright, so how'd this guy heal all the way back up? That's just the potion and Yuumi going off? Okay.
Yeah, and it just happens constantly throughout this entire lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know like what was the best.
You guys are good here.
I went Executioners.
You actually had that kill. I never want you to go Executioners.
Why?
It's heal cut is the worst stat in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because healing is percentage based usually. If it's like the source of Yone. No, Yone has heal in his kit and Yuumi has heal, but still you're only cutting for a minor amount. It's much less relevant for an AD carry, and it cuts into your build pretty significantly. Mm-hmm. Is the issue.
So with all their healing on their team, I should not have won it.
I don't want you to get it for laning phase.
Okay.
It's too important to hit other spikes.
Okay.
Alright, it's fine if you want to build it for the big like team fights in the end, but again, your single target damage and the people that you're hitting, the amount of damage you could be doing by just continuing with damage items supersedes or is significantly larger than the amount that you're reducing from their heals.
Yeah, I figured that would be the case. Alright, I know I lost them.
It's close. It's close, but their heals are on cooldowns, right? Your auto attacks are not. So every time that your auto attack is less than it could be, it's as if they got part of their healing improved. Right? It's like it undid the value of the healing reduction. You know what I'm saying? It's much more relevant for someone like Set to grab like an Abyssal Mask, right? And he can go, or not Abyssal Mask, Thornmail, or actually Executioner's fine on him as well. And he can go the things that go damage amplification. It's your job to be the damage source.
Okay.
Alright, this is an awkward lane state. Right here, if you never attack any of these, it would push back out to you, and you could have taken it back after taking this blast push. Okay, so after this trade, you burn summoners, almost get the kill. At this moment, alright, it's unfortunate that she cast that, but she thought she was going to get God on. You can back right here. This is coming back to you. Okay, that leaves Yone in an impossible lane state. Even after those two minions, it's still not going to come back on this wave, but the next wave will fortify fast enough. These three minions are dying before the reinforcements show up. As soon as you auto right here, this wave's gonna stay in their pocket. Okay? So this was an opportunity that we can use to flex our lead on a lane. This kind of gives it back a little bit because they're going to get a cleaner experience buff off of the backs that each of you inevitably needs to take. Okay? In an organized setting, if you have a full team, you have another resource, which is to call your jungler over, help you crash it all the way. Right, especially since he was just doing Scuttle Crab. He could come over, help you push it all the way in, then you take your back and you're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the format of what you're doing tomorrow is going to look like, but don't be afraid to ask for that. So this situation, we've left them in a very safe place, right? Even though the HP bars are fairly similar, she doesn't have enough left to heal anymore. Obviously, him not having mana is a big boon for his ability to stay in lane compared to yours. But because it's pushed up, we can't stay. We're gankable. They are not. They're diveable, maybe, again, if you pull Warwick in. And in fact, 100% they do die if Warwick comes and dives with you guys. But in this situation, they just get to sit here, collect the wave, and hold it. And if he's smart, he actually only last hits here. And he could actually, if you're in the Yone's position right here, this is a totally fine spot to back. So this is where you got the Executioner's Calling? Okay. How much gold did you have? Exactly 800. So it's probably really tempting too. You're like, I've got exactly 800. I know what to get with this. Okay, a couple too many extraneous auto attacks. Right, hold on 1 second. Good night, babe. When this wave pushes out, again, it's going to be hard for us to express our poking lead. I don't have a lot of couple. Okay, mom's going to be home soon. Good job flexing in range burst versus melee, and this will be true every time it's range versus melee, of course. Do you always... Have you been playing a lot of Kog'Maw, or just kind of using it to train?
I just started more recently.
Okay. The highest win rate on Kog'Maw, by a lot, skips E. It's just too much mana. And they have the mana cost a little bit more manageable. So I'll double check this to make sure it's still true here. I'm pulling up Kog'Maw stats. Number one build by a lot. Let's look at level 6. If you go WQ, WQQ, yeah, all the ones that are just WQ, no E, the win rate is significantly higher, 2% higher. That's a big deal. That's a lot. In general, I want you to go W first as well if you're playing Kog'Maw, 100% of the time. It deals so much damage. It more than makes up for the Q difference. Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Playing back is fine because of your jungler being top. You don't know where Fiddlesticks is. But again, this wave state pushing out is because of those extra auto attacks. I like that you backed off. The only issue now is that if they hold this
Auto
freeze...
attacks.
Huh?
Right. Extra auto attacks, right. My wave in lane, atrocious. Thank you. I don't know how to manage a wave at all. Like, at all. I don't know when is best to push, when is best to hold, when is best to shove. I don't know any of that.
That's why we're working on it. Let's look at one big fight. This is the sort of situation that you want to find yourself in as the AD carry enemy team, like we found yesterday. Right? They've used all sorts of cooldowns to try to get to you, get on you. This is your best situation for getting tons of damage in. This flash should have been lateral, alright? Could have been over here instead of straight back. That way you'd be able to get extra auto attacks in on the Aatrox. Now, he was in range anyways, but you could also be in range of the next target. That guy's big. Alright. That's that. Got an idea?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go. Want you screen share?
Huh? What happened?
Why don't you can screen share?
Okay.
Are you all warmed up?
Yeah.
Alright, you can jump in game. It's largely going to be about competing. We're just going to refine the things that we've been working on. Not making any changes. I just want to see you in action. You alright, man? You sounded a little bit edgy.
Yeah, I'm good. It's just like I don't know anything about wave management.
You do.
I don't.
We just have to keep on practicing it so that it becomes second nature.
I can't practice something I don't know. Like with the Pokken and stuff, that's simple to practice. All I have to do is just make myself go forward, and I find out which areas are bad and which areas are good. With wave management, you can't do that because the wave just does whatever it wants. The enemy just do whatever they want. I don't know what wave. I don't know.
Okay, we're not going to try to change any of that tonight. For tomorrow, just listen to your support. If they make a call for it, we'll just go with them. Okay. We'll just focus on the mechanical side right now. You're lethal tempo, right?
Don't conquer.
Are you sure? I thought you said you had a strong preference for lethal tempo.
Yeah, but I'm still looking at it. Other champions, the Conqueror feels better, so I want to see if it feels better with Jinx or not.
Like I said earlier, it's very comparable. They have very similar results, right? One of them is just going to give you that poke in lane, and then if you do get 3 or 4 stacks off for free before a fight starts, then you're just really good. Do you think you'll be nervous at all tomorrow?
Got it.
You remember what to do if you feel nervous?
Yeah, to walk around and exercise and stuff.
Yeah, and breathe, right? Breathe Figure out how you know that you're nervous, like where you're feeling it. Is it in your stomach? Do you have shaky arms? Whatever it is. I don't think you will. I think you're pretty good about this, but if it comes up, take that deep breath, press the blue button, and say, all right, I'm breathing air into that spot of my body where I feel the nerves, and resolve it. And then say, all right, this is the situation I'm in. Give it some energy, and then you'll be good. Are you a MR rune? You don't need to change it. I was asking, but it is better here. All of Ezreal's reach and the majority of Sona's poke is all magic, and then Xerath is one of the people who can get on you late game. All right, how's this lane going to play out?
A lot of poke from both sides.
Mm-hmm. Which definitely favors Senna, right? Senna gets the biggest. Sona has mana issues early, so this is a really good situation for you guys to be in. Once the enemy team gets their tears or their mana regen, then they can play. They can stay in it a little bit longer. What are the things that you need to worry about late game?
I don't know. Xerath, Lee Sin, Shen, the Sun from Sona.
Yeah, if you're in range of Sona ult, then something has probably devolved from before then. But Lee Sin's gonna be eyeing on you the whole game, and since your team is Fizz Evelynn, you only have a Scion to really stop him from doing it. So we're really gonna be using the Scion as a body shield. Nope, never in there. If a team rushes at you in there, there's too much flat wall behind you. You can't get out of it. You see how your vision range goes to the edge of the dot bush? The one in the river? Yeah. That's perfect. Right? You'll see them if they step out of that bush. If you have teammates that go stand in the beach bush over there on the left side, the one on your side, yeah, if people are standing in there, then you can go up within just barely in sight range of the bush, and that way if they step out in any way, you guys will see, and you'll be stronger. Your team might get free poke off. Good, you have an HP lead on the minion wave. Perfect. All right, now hit 2 first, and then only go to last hits. Good, very nice. Right back. I'm working. You gotta go upstairs. You cannot bother me. Good way to keep on looking for the poke. Is this wave going out or coming in? Don't let the minion disadvantage get too big. When they show that they're trying to push it all the way in, you fight for it. All right, lane's in a perfect place now. If you can keep it here, you're golden. You have to fight for the wave a little bit. There you go. We never want them to crash it in too much. Perfect. Good job. We don't need to trade right now. Senna just did you a huge disfavor by queuing that wave. But you guys are okay. Enemy team cannot approach you. They're probably going hunting for the fizz. You can't back here. You cannot back here.
What am I supposed to do?
Huh?
What am I supposed to do?
Enemy team's not contesting you. You're fine to stay here. Senna wants to crash. So you take this wave now. Now that you want to back, crash this wave as hard as possible. Good. All right, you can't. When we're backing, we can't leave it in a positive state because we'll just hemorrhage way too much experience. Take another step. Yeah. You can go all the way to the edge of that last step. Doesn't seem like much, but 1 second every, 4 times a game over the course of all the games that you're going to play, it adds up. Is this wave coming in or pushing out?
I don't know.
Look at it.
I am, but I can't tell from it.
So make a guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's coming in. They have a minion lead. All right, they're going to try as hard as possible to get this all the way under your turret. If you can fight to freeze it, they're screwed because you have an item and damage lead, and then you'll have an experience lead as well. Call the wave a little bit. Perfect. Good job. Good job. Great job. Killed it. Good job. Pick up your plate. All right, I want you to coolly hit this 80% of the next plate and then back off. Oh, Senna's pushing. Never mind. There's a trick to leave that wave there. Here, let's get these. You're good. You can back right there. These will give you the other plate. Remember, stop moving in the fountain, okay? So if you had left that wave rather than hitting it, if you just collected the second plate and backed, then you would have been back in time. Nice try. All right, they cannot approach you. Only last hits. Only last hits. Ezreal's doing himself a huge disfavor queuing these as soon as he can. Good. Amazing. Great job. All right, 80% of this plate. Press back right now. Just back. Oh, he's a doofus. All right. Yep, take your back. You're good. This wave will be here for us when we get back. We don't need to fight for it. Do you see how that works?
If he doesn't push it, does the cannon die then, or?
You want to use the cannon to soak up as much aggression as possible. It's okay if you miss the cannon if it means that you get the rest of the wave and the next wave. Right? Like that's a trade that happens a lot, but it takes 7 auto attacks for the cannon to go down under turret, for example. So it tends to soak up enough time where even if they push, you're there to get it, and even if you miss it, you're going to get the rest of the wave.
Okay. I think I get what you mean there.
We have to be careful about Shen ult.
Oh, he used it earlier.
Okay.
Shouldn't be up for another.
Oh, he just used it. 947. Okay. Well, not just use it. It's coming up shortly. Yeah, this is a bad trade by Senna. She should be looking to help the Eve, not initiate your own numbers down. Fight off the Sona. There you go. Hold this freeze. Only last hits. Ezreal's doing himself a huge disfavor. Your team's kind of schizophrenic. That should have been an easy win. Good poke. Good job. Great job expressing for a couple extra autos. That pink ward, by the way. That pink ward that's in that bush is a perfect example of the type of wards that I want you to place. Not this one, but the one that Senna was using to juke the Xerath. The one that's by no to your right. That's you guys have this area warded. Right and down. Oh, all right. He moved it. The Senna had a pink ward in this third bush, and Zareth loses sight in the middle of combat. You know, trying to kill someone. Those are the perfect type of pink wards to drop. And if you're in the middle of fights, sometimes gaining a bush advantage as an AD carry is just such a big advantage, right? So if you're fighting around Dragon Pit and specifically during an ocean map, that bush that spawns outside the pit is crucial to be warded. Because it makes it so that you guys have an area to juke into and they don't. Alright, you have to fight for the wave a little bit because it's Zareth. So we don't need to do like tactics right here. It's safe to just push the wave and then back. Perfect. Take red. Take. Kite it towards mid though. Perfect. That's like getting a whole extra wave, more than an extra wave. You can't hold this. Did you ask Fizz to rotate?
No.
You can do it right now. You can do ping on my way mid and help me bottom. Yeah, it looks like he's on his way, so he should be fine. Alright, you crushed it, dude. Once you get to that rotation phase, jump out. Jump out of queue. Let's play together. Once you rotate to mid lane, the reason things go a little bit differently. Now you can pull and freeze a wave, it's doable, but at that stage of the game, that mage is going to be level 9, 10, 11. They're going to have way more wave clear. They can do it much faster and safer and from more range than you can, and especially in the case of Zareth, those are all true.
When am I supposed to hold the wave like you told me to?
Once you have a lead, right?
So until I have a lead, I can just shoot down the wave and then roam into the jungle for the camps.
So because when you go to mid lane and you're facing off against whatever's there, you just shove it and go and get camps. Right? You don't
and then
want.
When I have a lead,
you're not going to have.
Start holding it.
Yeah, and basically you're never going to have a lead against enemy mid laner. Mid laner is designed to kill you, right? Like that position, 4 spells, a full spell rotation from basically any mage in the game should kill an AD carry. Or if it doesn't kill you, it's coming close, right? And the downside that they have later in the game, the reason that you outscale them is because you don't have to deal with cooldowns. You get to keep on dealing attack. You get to keep on dealing damage, and you get to rip through tanks. Tanks beat mages. Mages beat marksmen. Marksmen beat tanks. So yeah, once you're in the mid lane, you're playing. You're going to be like level 8 or 9 versus a guy that's level 10, maybe 11. Right? So you don't want any business of like risking it against that person. So you just push the wave, pop out, go get more CS. Who do you want as your support?
I think of any, like, anything I would ask for.
It's your call. What do you want? Lulu, Janna, anything?
It's fine. I don't really have a preference one way or another.
laning phase is just so much different than the mid game, right? Laning phase, and that's why you go to a new lane. It's a completely different mindset, and we change what we're doing. Laning phase, you can flex enormous leads, or you can create huge gaps from just a small tear. Like picture, you know how once you tear a fabric, it becomes very easy to tear the rest of it.
Yeah.
But like the first tear is not so easy. All that poking that we've been working on is that first tear. Once the tear is there, we can rip it open. And we can rip it open with these tools.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to learn the wave management.
Say it a little louder.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to learn the wave management.
You have little faith.
It just seems so weird trying to do it.
You're already better at it.
Yeah, but that's what, like, you telling me, hey, do this.
No,
Like,
no.
it
Right now,
blows my
right now,
mind.
in these cases, this is not what I'm talking about. It just like your instinctive play, the amount of mistakes. I mean, the type of player that you were before, literally did not care at any point about the wave. It's like, I've got money or whatever it is. I'm just backing now. Now at least I see you like, all right, maybe I can stay a little bit longer. Sometimes we're still tuning that skill, but it's not going to come immediately. It's getting better. A lot better.
Well, at least you can see it. 'Cause actually.
I've got a front row view. Well, that's the thing about training and competing, right? If you're constantly competing, then we don't get time to like just work on this skill, because you're always trying to win, as opposed to playing in normal queue and saying, let me just work on this skill, not care about anything else, right? Like, for example, this game in the fountain, I just want you to right click right there, to the edge of the last step, and sit there, and when you're at 95% of your health, you come back. Right, like that's a skill that you can think about and make other mistakes and not care because you're in training mode. But again, today we're just grooving the lines. Everything what we have for tomorrow is already etched in place. We're just grooving the lines. Good, I like that you got that extra fish bones in. Who wins this lane?
I think we should, right?
Yeah. Just have to be careful about the stickiness of Tahm Kench. Good. I took that shot, by the way, so that he wouldn't have auto attacks up to fight for the wave here. Alright, we got it. There's still one. Alright, let's crash this.
Do that?
Do you have 450?
No.
Yeah, let me get a deepish ward. I got it. Let this come towards us now. We've got an HP lead. Every time that he auto attacks is going to be a wave that's pushing towards us, right?
Should I try to poke him down or?
No, if you poke, it's
Because
going to
they
draw
both
minion.
heal.
It's going to draw minion aggro.
Hmm.
We already
So
have
when I
the.
want the word to come to me, don't poke.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we may need to call that back line just a little bit. Good. Fight for this just a bit. 4 minions sitting here in our face is perfect, right? Now they can't approach us. They don't have potions, we do. You have biscuits.
I think I was body blocking you there.
It's alright.
Just let it rip on the Jin, right? Because he
Yep.
doesn't have flash.
Shield is up. Oh, it's down. I'm out of mana. Oh, sorry. Let go of the turret aggro. You good?
Oh,
Sorry, I
That's
didn't mean to
right
let go of
here.
that.
I W.
You get out. You get out. You get out.
He doesn't have jump. He doesn't have jump.
Okay.
Okay. So he can't reach here, right? Unless she was 6.
Zoe, no. Now, if Jin wants to hold this wave, he's going to take a lot of damage. He tried to hold it. Yeah, he took a little bit, not that much. Ideally, we don't spend any time in the river. We come back, we push that wave out, and then we get our resets.
When I have excess amount of gold, what am I supposed to buy exactly? Like just control word, refillable.
Yeah.
Any components for future items. That's it.
Yeah, how much gold are you talking about?
I had like 75.
Yeah, I want you to get used to buying refillable. If you ever, on your first back, right? Not after that, but if your first back, you have 150, and really anything under 290, buy refillable. We're gonna have to fight for a little bit of health on this wave because they're gonna try to track. They're gonna try to crash it. Good. There you go. Cool the wave a little bit. Perfect. Good. Let's shove this. How much gold you got?
763.
Do you have anything? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, crit and refillable.
Good. All right, team's losing, so should we be joining fights?
Not yet,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, we need to get you big. Other people are going to be losing if we encourage them to fight. You're not big enough to swing a fight compared to the strength of the Zoe or the Kha'Zix. Kled's getting big, so once we can get him involved and he can body for us. Good job. Just
Do we
freeze.
shove it?
Nope, freeze.
Why freeze here? Aren't they gonna go back and get items? Or
That's fine. They're not going to have any more items than what we already have.
freeze, right?
Yeah, freeze.
No, it's gonna freeze. Or did I kill? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta kill a few of these. There's a lot of minions here. Four casters or cannon plus are the two numbers you're looking for. We want to try to keep it a little bit longer because these things are going to aggro on. All right, it's pushing out now. Yeah, we let it go a little bit too close to our turret, and the minions did something stupid. All right, so we stack this wave up. Now they cannot approach us because we're on offense. All right, we've got the bigger wave. This guy's only on boots. All right, now we crash this wave. Good, now we can collect plates. Now we have to fight for this because it's not a cannon wave. We were free. We didn't need to keep on taking that. Nice try, though.
That's my bad.
Poppy's in. You see how I did with the wave there?
Yeah.
Do you see why it's good?
It's just gonna freeze right in front of our turret.
Yeah, for sure. And this is very important, specifically in this moment, because I'm not there. So anytime you're 1v2, and this is just like being in mid lane, there's no way that you have the lead here. You just can't. If you saw the enemy support roaming somewhere else, and you were 1v1 against the Jhin, and you're like, yeah, I'm way bigger than the Jhin, then things are different. But while it could be a 2v1, we just want it to be nice and frozen here. Don't need to worry, we don't want to push it out. Alright, Kled's huge. Good job. Good. This is coming into us, so only last hit. I'm gonna sweep. Cover me. We're good. This Jin's gonna lose so much now. You see how they're just bleeding out right now?
Yeah.
Every wave that comes, we're either zoning them out of an extra minion or getting something else extra. Good. Alright, we have a minion HP lead. We take this, we crash the next one, and we're good. We have to crash one more so that they don't freeze it.
So wait for the next wave?
No, now.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the next wave. Perfect, good job. Let's take this turret. Because we can. Great job, dude. There's no wave here, so let's go pick up jungle camps.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Perfect. Let's get red too. Oh shit, it's fighting. Get them all. Catch the space. Oh, you're fine, you're fine. We got the clip here. You're strong. Good spot. Good. We got nothing for you. Shields in two. Good flex, dude.
Would it have been worth to flash for that Zoe?
Probably.
Okay.
In that case, we're
Even if I
all
died?
there. We're all so strong. You've got a Lulu. You've got an Enchanter support right there. Like, all of the stars are aligned. Then yeah. Go pick up top wave. No one's grabbing it. This is the one exception I was telling you about. Nothing's happening on the map. There's a wave about to crash. Those are the waves you can go pick up. And it's only because Kled is busy. And you have to make sure that your support is aware of your position. And I'm over here to help. Come here.
Oh, okay. Thought I was trying to.
You are. You'll go get them in a second.
I was talking about like running for the Cloud Drake, but I don't think we get it anymore.
Yeah, and we need to get mid prio anyways before we do that. Alright, hover left. This is gonna be the worst dragon they've ever taken. Let's ping Baron. Let's see what happens. If our team comes and they don't, then we're golden. Yeah, we're good. Perfect. Pick up that wave, you're good. Alright, where do we put Jinx?
Top or mid?
Yeah, we can go mid, but top is better. We've already broken mid. We want to break top, and then make room for Baron. I'm gonna focus my vision around the western quadrant.
So when we break mid, we can roam the top side.
You can pick up these camps. That's fine. Come with me. We want to set up so that we're strong around Baron. It's all ours. Oop. We're good. We have to be careful. We're too far ahead of our team. You can hit it. You can hit it. Yeah, you can hit it. Team's mid.
Should I refer in this way?
Let it come.
Or...
Yeah, let it come to us. Yep. We have to wait for team. Wave's pushing to us, so we can just sit back here, and they can't come to us. Let's back off a little bit more since our team hasn't shown that they're coming mid. Ideally, we have 4 people here, and Kled is going mid, and then he can rampage to us. Tahm Kench is gonna come fight for vision here.
Oh, no.
We're good. ability to bait the Baron, the Garen. Nice carry, dude. Game's easy, right? You killed it. Nice job. That's it for tonight. Short night. I think the best thing, don't do it tonight, but after tomorrow, we can go back and watch these videos where I have a more direct, like normally I'm not shot calling for you in your games, but today was more of that. Just like listen to those again, right? Really feel it out, because there's no way to internalize while you're playing the game, right? It's just very, very difficult. Even when you're in training mode, you're focusing on clicks, and I've seen you click. I know how fast you do it, right? That takes brain power. So every time that you're doing that, you're blocking the gateway a little bit, or we'll say that there's a lot of traffic on the super freeway from your brain. There's all this traffic, right? All these cars are doing the clicks and the mouse movements and everything else. It's very hard to get the channel that is, or the lane that is only for information. So you can only do it by going back and spending time for just the information. But you did well, all right? Take it easy tonight. Tomorrow, like 6 hours before the tryout. What time's the tryout?
They said they're gonna send a message in the Discord, and then
So you have no idea like what time frame it is?
basically, yeah.
Okay. All right. So around noon tomorrow, after you have lunch, just get like a mechanical thing in, like activate yourself a little bit, got your body warmed up, and then take it easy, right? Do normal things. Don't play too much beforehand. You don't need to change anything. You're doing great. All right. All right, man. Good stuff. I'll see you tomorrow.